You're right in the program, General Bruce.
Alright, thanks.
We're recording.
Howdy, thanks for tuning in. Got an important message. Has to do with defending your rights. Before I get to that, I'll give you a little background on me. I grew up as a patriotic young American boy with a lifelong dream of joining the Army, becoming a general, and defending democracy and freedom. Spent my whole childhood studying war, practicing war, playing Army. And I was 2 weeks away from joining the Army when my mother sent me to a public service community in northern Minnesota, kind of a commune called Wolf Lake Refuge that helped mentally retarded and in the summer camp and juvenile delinquency around. And they got me involved with the peace movement, straightened me out about the true nature of our government, and got involved with the peace movement for a while. And after the nuclear freeze campaign came to an end, I said, well, what are we going to do with all this enthusiasm and networking? There's still a lot of things wrong with the world, and came up with the Peace Army. And 2 days later, I got the slogan, "Waging Peace at War's Pace," and talked that up for a couple years, and had a mental crisis labeled with schizophrenia, and got out of the hospital, reevaluated everything. I wasn't even sure recycling was correct. I mean, I was just completely blown out of the water. I was really idealistic for about 3 or 4 years, and crazier than a bed bug for 3 months, and lined up for what I thought was placebos for 5 weeks, and whoa, it was a big shock to come back to reality, and I was really grateful. And about 4 years later, I was given a old XT lap computer desktop and started writing poems, and still talking about the Peace Army, but this time was a focus on mental health, because I figured that healthy minds will create a healthy world, and I could see how the mental health system was not all that healthy. I had some counselors and doctors that seemed like they had personal issues that they hadn't taken care of. It was probably skewing their care of me, and so I propose a 10-month self-development course for mental health professionals who usually go from high school to college to work and don't have a chance to get their own act together and have any mental health that they can give to other people. And I've since come up with a diagnosis. I first call it injustice myopia, for people who are so focused on the injustices of the world that they are sick in one way or another, either mentally or physically or emotionally or spiritually, overwhelmed by the injustices in the world. And you know, the myopia is the focus on that one thing, and I was having a hard time describing it to people because they thought myopia is a vision problem. And so I came up with the term injustice sensitivity syndrome for people who are real sensitive to injustices, and it bothers them. It's you know, it's been around for years. I'm sure everybody knows someone that just kind of goes berserk and starts cleaning up the neighborhood, or giving away everything. And most times they're given medication and told everything will be okay if you just get a job and get on with the program. And it's a real waste of a heartfelt desire to make the world a better place. So I've come up with as you can see, people are overwhelmed by the injustices and they want to do something about it. So I've come up with the name Justice Enrichment Therapy, which is to get into the process of making the world a better place, because our hearts are programmed, either hardwired innately or through our upbringing, to desire justice. As children, we're told to, it's not fair for you to have 2 cookies and Johnny only have 1, and you say, well, that's not fair. I mean, it's just like, it's a no-brainer. Fair is fair. And as school kids, we pledge for liberty and justice for all. I believe it's the 4th line in Psalm 45 says, "Right out to victory, defending truth, humility, and justice." And then I think the 6th line is, "Your royal power is expressed in justice." So, justice is a real profound, concept, and I believe it resides in the heart. And if it's just one of those things that is, it's like love is. You don't know why you love, but you love, and you obey it. And when you do what you love, it's labors of love are easy to perform. And so the idea of justice enrichment therapy, which is in hillbilly terms, doing what's right, defending yourself, be an honorable person. And I don't mean hillbilly and derogatory. There's a lot of, I use terms like that in an ennobling way. It's like real, basic. Although, hillbillies are smart. Some of my best friends are hillbillies. And I'm talking to all kinds of different people here. I might be talking to a street kid that, has got a caring heart, but doesn't, know what's going on, or have a loving environment, but is a loving person. Or I might be talking to a college kid that grew up in a pretty affluent or semi-affluent family, or a grandma, or a toddler. So if I'm jumping around, that's because I'm trying to cover everybody. So anyway, the heart is king. So how do we take care of the heart, bring the heart into the world? We got to use our brains to see what's going on, make things right, so our hearts feel better, because it's seeing a just world. And that's where the truth comes in, where we're trying to feed our brain truth, so the software always works out. And so if you don't have the software right, words, concepts, ideas, then things are going to get muddled. I believe there's a principle that garbage in, garbage out. I didn't come up with that, but we need to work in the truth. And